In this video I'm gonna answer some of the questions that you have posted in the comments of my recent videos. Hi there, I'm Peter Forsgaard, an Olympus visionary and a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland. And before I start answering some of your questions and comments, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell so you get notified when there is a new video online. My channel is all about you getting to be a better photographer and of course about Olympus gear. And remember, I usually post 2 videos a week. But let's start. And first of all, I want to thank every one of you who has made comments in my videos. In fact, most of the comments are positive and most of the comments, almost every comment is about the content of the video. And that's really great. And I don't mind if you disagree with me. That's called conversation. So if you disagree, please comment. And if I make mistakes, correct me. I think that's fair because I want to give you right answers. As I suspected, the EM1 Mark III raised some comments and some questions and some critique. Of course, that's natural. When there's a new camera, it always is something that you want to discuss about. And before we get into the EM5 Mark III videos, there are some things that I want to say about another video. It's the 100 facts about Olympus video. And I got a lot of comments that why didn't I include this and that camera, and I can understand. Olympus has made lots and lots of great cameras and you know they all should have been included, but of course it was only 100 facts, so I had to leave something out. But there was one camera that should have been included. It was the OM1 that was made for NASA, and thanks for I need to check the name, it was Frida Bees for bringing that up. Thanks so much for that. And there will be a link in the description of this video to a blog post that I made about that camera. There was actually one mistake in that video, and it was Robin Wong, another YouTuber and Olympus visionary from Malaysia, who spotted it first. I said that LiveComp was first introduced in EM1, but actually it was in EM10 was the first one. And on EM1 it came in the firmware 2.0. So thanks Robin for pointing that out. And there was somebody else also who said, it was Martin Müller who also spotted that. So thanks to Martin also. I appreciate you correcting those mistakes I might make, because you know, even I don't know everything about Olympus, even though I know quite a lot. And let's see what else was. And yeah, then there was Raul Villaverde who brought up the accounting scam that shook Olympus pretty bad. And I know that would have been something that could have been included, but I decided to concentrate on the gear because my channel is about gear and not, you know, economic scams or anything like that. But you're right, it could have been there. And let's see, what else did we have? Yeah, that was pretty much included, all those. Let's see what's in the next page. And yeah, on that same video about the 100 facts about Olympus, there was also a comment from Jon Arne Strand, who had some complaints about the Olympus service. He had some problems with his camera and he brought the camera to a local store wherever he lives. And it took a long time. And it's a better way to contact Olympus straight using the My Olympus site, because then you can send the camera straight to Portugal. And I'm talking about Europe now. You can send it straight to Portugal and have it fixed, and then they send it back to you to your home or to your office or wherever you want it to be. Actually, in the beginning of October, I was in Portugal and I wanted to visit the service facilities, and I did. And there will be a video about the whole system, how the service works and how the pro service works. So that will be in sometime in November, when I can actually cut the video. I haven't edited yet, but that's coming up. So then there is some more about that. But remember, if you have something wrong with your camera, but the first thing you do if you get a new camera, register it via My Olympus, and there might be a site in the States, of course. And if any of you want to comment and tell me, or tell the viewers how this works in Asia, Australia, and US, please let us know in the comments down below so we can share this with the audience, with the community. That would be really appreciated. And if you have any comments about how your service went when you sent your camera to Olympus. How did it go? So maybe I can address some of those issues in the video about the Pro service and the service facilities in Portugal. But that's something I will do in November. And let's see what other things we had. I think that was about those videos. But then we will talk about the E-M5 Mark III, which actually I'm using right now to film this, because I haven't really tested the video that much on this one, so that's why I wanted to do and see how the face detection, or the face priority it's called, works with the AF. And let's see. And there were actually two things that I knew that it will be something that you are concerned with, and the first one was the material, and the second one was with the battery life. And I was a bit surprised of the concern that it was so big, the concern about the material, that it's made out of plastic, it's not metal body. And I don't see a big of a problem, because there was a really good reason why the body is made out of plastic. It's a lot lighter, and personally I like it. Of course, if it could be that light and metal, yeah, it would have been better. But then we have to remember that the body is really durable, and it's not something cheap plastic that you can scratch and it looks horrible. No, not at all. And remember, the whole body is weather sealed exactly the same way as E-M1 Mark II, which is the metal camera or metal body, and still you have the same weather sealing with the smaller and a lighter body. I don't see what the big problem is, and it's not because of the material it's made of. It's not going to replace any EM10 series cameras. No, it won't, because EM10 series cameras is totally a different brand. It's got different features. You have to look at the features what this camera has, and I'm talking about because I'm looking at the camera. That's what I'm talking about, and I think it's just well, I was a bit surprised because the plastic thing was almost went out of hands, and but of course I know it would have been better if it was metal body, but then now it's very light. And then about the battery life, yeah, that is something that I was concerned too quite a bit, because it will give you a shorter battery life. And I have not tested the length of how much I can do video with this, but Robin Wong, another Olympus visionary, made a video about the video qualities of the M Mark III, and he made a small short film about it. You want to check out, I will put a link in my description of this video to his videos about Olympus E-M5 Mark III and the video qualities. And what he found out, that it's about 30-35 minutes that he could do video, and he was shooting I think it was cinema 4K at 24p, and to be honest, that's not too much. So if you want to do video, you will need some extra batteries, or then use the USB charging that can be done. But yes, that is. But then if we have to think why the battery was made so small, or use the old battery from the EM10 series, is because of the light and small body. That's what they wanted to do, and that's what they achieved. The third thing was the grip. There was Libor Krupika who said that it's kind of stupid to make a camera, then you need to make a bad grip, and then you need an extra grip and lose the weight, and you will lose the smallness of the camera, or the size will get bigger. But you don't need the grip necessarily. I have fairly big hands, and that's why I like to have the grip, and I'm used to holding a bit bigger camera, because I've been holding pro cameras for ages and they're all big, and now I don't have to. But still, I need to have a bit bigger grip, because I like to the way I hold the camera. But it's something that you don't necessarily need. You can still have you know, proper grip from the of the camera without the grip, so I don't think it's a problem. There won't be, most likely, there won't be a battery grip for this camera. Well, and I'm talking about the M5 Mark III here, because there are probably two reasons. They want to separate the M5 Mark III from the M1 Mark II. And as you who have watched the video about those, when I made a battle of those two cameras, they're quite close. Even though M1 Mark II was a better camera in that battle that I made, they're still quite close. And many have said that this EM5 Mark III is a mini EM1 Mark II. And yeah, I can agree with that. And that's one reason probably that they won't, so they will separate those two cameras a bit more. And then the second reason is that they just want to have this camera to be small and light and not having a battery grip. The grip ECG 5 that I have has a shutter button, so there is electricity and data going from the grip to the body. So it could be possible to have a vertical grip with the shutter button and an extra battery, but we will see. Most likely it won't be available, but we'll see. We never know. We never know for sure. And let's see, is there anything else? I said about the battery life, I said about the things, and I remember to thank you about the comments, and this is something I will be doing every month. The last video of the month will be a recap to the older content that I've made in that or during that month, and I'm not going to tell the videos because hopefully you have watched them, but I will talk about the comments. And the reason is that even though there are lots and lots of comments, but I suspect that not too many read those comments, and sometimes there are some corrections maybe, and then of course there are some valuable information and valuable questions that might help others also, but I don't think many of you go back and read those. You watch the video and you go to the next one, and that's fine. But there are some interesting comments and questions, and I try to answer all the comments that you put in. If there is a question, I will try to answer it, but sometimes it might take some time because the comments come during nighttime, when it's night here in Finland, and it's a daytime in the States, so it might take, and then when I answer it, it's almost could be nighttime in the States, so there could be a day or two delay, and I'm sorry about that. The reason for that is just because of the time difference and or the time zone difference, and I'm sorry about that, but I try to answer, so be patient, and I will. And there are of course other ways of trying to reach me, sending me emails, or I've gotten some DM, direct messages in Instagram and through my webpage. But if you really want the answer, the best way to get it is to comment the video, because that's what I regularly look. I get a lot of emails and stuff, and they just get lost. I'm sorry about that, and I know I've been a bit bad of that, and I need to freshen up also that. But if you really want a comment and you have an answer, you have a question about something about Olympus, please ask them in the comments, in the comment section. That's the fastest way for you to get the answer. And you might want to watch these videos. Here are the videos that I was talking about. This one, you have the playlist of EM5 Mark III, and then you have the 100 facts about Olympus. And I want to say thank you all, and thanks for watching, and bye for now.